We're good to go.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Another exciting edition of Athena Protection. We still working on that name, man. We done did enough of these. We got to come up with a permanent name.
Yeah,
but anyway,
we're approaching like 15.
Right.
Remind me on that. I'll try to think of something.
We big time now. Let's go ahead and get started, guys. I'm Carl. Got Dan in the house. Our resident guest, Marlon. On this February 29th, don't get to say that too often.
Oh yeah, leap year.
Leap year. Got us in the house. Actually, the weather
Oh, it was a nice day today.
was pretty cool today. Coming in. Damn that 75 closure though.
Yeah, I saw that sign and was like, oh man, how long is this gonna last?
Right. Just some more BS. But we'll be used to it in a couple of weeks and won't even realize it.
Yeah.
But hey, man, let's go ahead and get started this afternoon. Dan, tell the listeners how they can get in touch with us.
All right, we are Athena Protection Service, and they can get in touch with us at 1-800-951-4866. That's 1-800-951-4866 for any of your security needs or any private investigation needs. We can take care of those as well. And you can reach us on our website at athenaprotections.com or any social media platform at Athena Protection Service.
All right. And then we got a sponsor.
Let's get it on.
Oh, the sponsor will be Athena Protection Foundation. Athena Protection Foundation is geared towards assisting crime victims. So, and you can reach Athena Protection Foundation on our website at athenaprotectionfnd.org or any social media site at Athena Protection Foundation.
All right. So, it's like I said, it's February 29th, leap year. What you guys want to talk about? What current events got your eyebrows up this week, Mr. Marlon?
Well, man, don't give it's a whole lot, but
I kind of figured that.
the big thing it seems to be the coronavirus. You know, there's conflicting stories on that, but you know, I don't have my laptop, so I'm gonna start bringing my laptop because I got some other
Absolutely.
stuff on there.
You can bring your laptop.
About your conspiracy theory stuff.
Okay, clearly I don't be the only one be thinking about this stuff, you know. So,
So what? Talk to me. What you
oh
got?
well, no, it's just Trump has initiated these travel restrictions. Well, I'm looking like
When you say travel restrictions, break that down for the listeners. What
pretty
you talking
much.
about?
Let's see. He doesn't want Americans to travel to Italy and South Korea because I guess there's some stuff popping up around there. Then let's see. Foreign nationals who have traveled to Iran in the last 14 days. You're not letting none of them people in the country. So you know, and then I guess
Gangster with it.
well. See, then it leads off into the thing of the conspiracy theory. I'm like, okay, it initiated in China. How did it get over here? You know,
Talk about the coronavirus.
right. You know, not because now it's supposed to be is it a pandemic now?
It's got to be.
Because see,
Yeah.
a lot of people.
The CDC is saying it's a problem.
Well, see, because a lot of people don't know the definition between an epidemic and a pandemic.
Break it down for us. We got time.
Well, an epidemic is pretty much something local. Like I said, it'll be confined to maybe, I would say, like maybe Wayne and Macomb County. That's
Okay.
an epidemic. Pandemic is, I guess, what's going on with all of this. Worldwide is affecting pretty much everywhere.
Right.
But, you know,
You know, at first I
thing?
wasn't taking it serious.
well, I'm not
just-
either. And that's the
You're
other
still
thing. No, and then another thing is another article just popped up. I guess we just had our first death in the United States from the coronavirus.
Out west, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, there's just so much stuff going on with this. You know, it's it don't affect some people, or it only affects a certain group of people, or like I said, you know, the whole thing of
Interesting.
what they want you to do now is basically to like protect yourself. Yeah, I'm not
At
gonna
all
say
times.
I'm not saying put the mask on and all that. Just wash your hands. You know, keep you some hand sanitizer on you. And they ain't no more hugging and kiss. You know, if you don't know them, hey, do a fist bump and keep it moving, or hey, because it was
so
fun.
it's interesting.
Well, it's interesting and crazy because I got to mention a story at work.
Okay.
Earlier this week, one of the young ladies that works with me, she's pregnant. She's like ready to pop at any time. But anyway,
Okay.
so she calls and is like, I'm throwing up. I think I don't wet myself. I think I'm having a baby. So we get out there. She done messed herself and did all that stuff. So we get her to the hospital. But at GM, we got to clean up the spot where she's at. So we called the environmental people to come and take care of this. So the guy pulls up. He's like, I ain't getting the coronavirus. I got a family, and threw some gloves at me and another guy and drove off.
What?
Yeah. Now, you get paid to clean this shit up. But yeah,
He said, fuck that.
yeah, exactly. And I'm looking like,
They don't want no corona.
fool, we standing here. And I said, Lord have mercy. I said, they done just put all this shit out here. Now they got
But
these.
man, can that complacency lead to more people getting it who should have it?
You know what? See, I'm scared because, right before this took effect, I had ordered something on Amazon and I didn't look because it was one of
Mail
them,
order brought?
it was one of them drunk purchases.
Oh, okay.
And
I ain't never did those. Wink,
yeah,
wink.
yeah, I done did a
Right.
drunk purchase. Hell, I done bought a gun drunk, but you know. But no, so I happen,
As long as you didn't clean it drunk. you
Right.
good.
Oh,
don't do
well,
that.
no, see again, that's another story.
Just finish this one.
But anyway, so I look, I was, all the corona stuff coming. I'm like, oh shit, this from damn China. So I'm like, I really don't want it now because I don't want this shit coming to the house. But I was like, well, what the hell, I mean, it came. I just took it, poured it. It was just a costume, some costume jewelry for my son for one of these into that cosplay garbage.
Okay.
Okay.
So I just took it, put on the mask, got some gloves,
Clean
boiled it into some water, put it in some bleach, put it in some alcohol, dried it off, good to go. Shit, I'm like, yeah, well, whatever.
Don't downplay your love for cosplay. It's cool.
You
Okay,
know,
but it
interesting
wasn't
on
for
that
me.
coronavirus. I traveled last week, flew out to the East Coast, and flew back. And I got to tell you, people are nervous. I most definitely seen a lot of people in the airport with a mask on. And it kind of hit me, and every time somebody coughed on that plane, I was looking around like, hey, cough again, and we putting your ass into the bathroom
Right.
until we get to the ground.
My mama think all Chinese people got coronavirus.
Oh, man, well, I ain't never seen China. I saw footage over there, and that's what I was
Yeah.
going to say earlier, and I thought it was a movie.
Yeah.
You know, how
Well,
empty the streets were, even a couple of soccer games as recent as yesterday, I think.
Right.
Not a big soccer fan, so I can't say where they were, but the arena was empty, and they said it was an arena that holds 60+ thousand, and it's
Right.
always full.
Well, see, that's the other thing they're talking about.
So the economy
Yeah, they
most
said
definitely
the
taking a
economy,
hit.
and they're talking about. Well, I mean, the malls was already taking a hit because of the internet, Amazon,
Exactly.
eBay, what have you. But now with the coronavirus, they're talking about it's going to be even worse.
Okay.
So who knows? I don't understand how this is affecting stocks. I know over at
It's
GM.
been going down.
Well, I know, like I said, over at GM where I'm working at, some of them factories in China are shutting down. That's I hear tell that's going to be worse than the strike we just got over with. So
Oh, absolutely. It'll be a
So-
domino effect, most definitely. But even with Trump, you kind of touched on something, and I'll ride along on this block with you on this conspiracy. So if he's telling Americans not to travel to these different places, what is that doing to those economies as well?
Well,
when you
you know
take
that-
away that American dollar,
yeah,
that's
that's
huge.
what I say. Yeah, you ain't getting that American
throughout the
dollar.
world.
So what they supposed
Right.
to do?
So, I feel you on that. It's an election year, so I feel like any and everything can be pulled out as distractions to keep people from even looking at the primaries and figuring out which Democrat you want to follow, or which well, we obviously know who the Republican is, but just to have an election year going on, it's almost ironic, and somebody can do their research, that we usually have, as you say, a pandemic type of event that goes on around these times.
Well, see, if you see, I
I ain't
watch
heard nothing else about Ebola or
No.
any of those other pig flus and all of that.
Well, like I said, see, them doomsday preppers, they hitting everybody up. Now they want you to buy all that, doomsday prep stuff, them meals, that dried up food,
Oh, rations.
rations,
You know about those.
gallons of water,
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Fuck those.
I'm already, I bought me some water and some dried up food and stuff, but I'm like, I always had that, or now they telling you stock up on some ammo, which I'm thinking about doing, but it ain't got nothing to do with this. But I'm like,
I mean, I think look at it like this: we all should have a contingency plan in place. If something were to break out for real, so we should always be prepared in the event that something is going on. So your house should be stocked. You should have. I think all of us should always have some extra water in the house. We should always have the medications we need in the house in the event that we may get sick, so you don't have to go out and get it. So I always think we should always have those plans in place.
Right.
I agree with ahead of time. Have some cash on hand. Just basic things that we would need at all times. So if you were to get sick or if something was to happen, we wouldn't be going out trying to get it. You know what I mean?
See, that's the thing. They wondering, like, if this goes the way it is, supplies are gonna stop. The truck drivers and the trains is pretty much how we get everything. To stock up at the Walmart, Myers, what have you. So I'm like, if all that shuts down, then what you gonna do?
And we're seeing it, like I said, over in China already. I mean, nothing's moving over there. And it just made me think back, and I'm sure all of you guys can remember. Can't believe it's been almost 16 years, but in 2004, we had the blackout here, and that was a brief thing.
Yeah.
And people weren't prepared for that. And then when you fast forward to when Katrina happened down there in New Orleans, and just to see how that city reacted to not getting any national help.
And that's the other thing. I'm like, everybody got to remember all that stuff that happened. Like I said,
and that was just a few days, and it was pandemic.
And this is what I'll say for all of that. I'm like, if you don't listen to your history, you doomed to repeat it. And that, for me, that goes off into some other stuff. Like, and when they had the floods with Katrina, you had police from all over the country coming to assist, the National Guard, the Army. You had people going into people's houses, taking their guns from them. I'm like, that's some bullshit,
Right.
Then, like I said, to bring up the blackout here, was you still working it?
Yeah, I was.
I'm like, I'm at that time I was working sex crimes, but they had us in uniform out in the street, so we was over in number 9.
Right.
And we over there at 7 in Gratiot, in that strip mall. They got the, I don't know, it's Foot Locker. Anyway, some kind of damn shoe store.
Foot Locker.
But our people got to, show their colors. I'm like, and it want to break in the store and steal all the goddamn gym shoes. I'm like, what the fuck you gonna be able to do with some gym shoes?
Hey, man.
Sell them.
Exactly.
Okay, but I'm like,
it's
shit.
It's a barter system at that point. You don't know how long you're getting ready to be in this situation. I mean, so people gonna want to trade.
Man,
and
please.
people like.
I just bought some steaks from a guy off the street before I walked in here.
Man. I wouldn't do that, but
hey, man, I couldn't beat it. T-bones, ribeyes.
I'm pretty sure he gave you a hell of a deal out of his trunk with them steaks.
4 packs for $20. I couldn't beat it.
Yeah, that's okay.
But back to the
Let
topic,
me know how
guys,
you feel
because I
later
feel you
on.
on that. But back to the topic, we talk about, and I know I just remember personally going through both of those events, the blackout, and then witnessing Katrina not going through it. I'm sorry, let me restate myself. Seeing how quick people felt like it was dire straits, even though it was right here within the United States, we had a hard time grasping it.
Right.
But let's just think about if that was to happen where we are we prepared for it? Like you said, do you have, water on hand? Do you have some type of food, that you can eat other than being able to use electricity, So just most definitely with this threat, let's not just shrug it off, but, I had an epiphany right here when you brought it up, Marlon, that, hey, I need to go grab a couple of more cases of water. Even though this may be some BS, but this just, in general, we need to have it. So
and
I
he
feel
coughing and he got that thing from China.
Right.
No.
He did get something from China, so I'm going to move my drink over here.
That's the smoker's cough.
Oh, that's what that was? Okay.
Man, I've had that for,
Oh, all right.
That's what my man on the news was saying, where he was doing an interview with him and his daughter, and he started coughing. Poor baby. The girl looked like she might have been only about 4 or 5.
Right.
But he drank out of her water bottle. And then she went to drink out of it again, and it hit her, and she was looking at that bottle like, fuck. And I mean, not that I take this lightly, because this could be serious. She was like, I done fucked up. and to see the look on their face. So, this virus is most definitely serious.
Okay, well, not to switch gears for a minute, but did you hear about that story about them officers in California? They looking at discipline.
For
What happened?
Oh, because they showing people
the
crime
Kobe
scene.
Bryant
Yeah,
thing?
the crime scene. Yeah.
I saw that. That was not cool. With being a police officer, you do get access to some horrific things, and out in California, obviously, you're gonna get some celebrity things sometimes that's not really public information. And so the guy was in a bar, and he thought it would be a good idea to show some women.
He thought he was gonna get some pussy.
That's what he thought, but he wanted to impress the women by showing them the crash site and remains of Kobe and the people on the ground.
Oh, wow.
So, they didn't think that was cool, and they ended up getting back to his supervision and all that, and now he got some issues to deal with, and he should be dealt with properly, and he should be disciplined for what he did, because you really should. First of all, it shouldn't be in his phone, and secondly, you shouldn't really be putting that stuff out to the public, and then it's the moral issue of his family don't want to see that shit.
Well, so, they do got a website. It's celebrity something where they show all that kind of garbage.
Yeah, but I'm sure his family not going on it, and when it leaked like that, it's widespread.
Yeah, because I know I went to that site one time. I saw Tupac, I saw JFK, a couple other people. I'm a sick motherfucker for looking at these dead bodies.
Yeah, but you ain't related to them. You know what I mean? And it's different when it's your family on that table.
But yeah,
and they just or somebody that you really cared about, or your friend. You don't want to see that shit. Well, so I think he absolutely should be disciplined for that.
It's most definitely we in an era where any and everything is public.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's another.
Because I remember a movie called Faces of Death.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep, I had that on VHS.
It wasn't on anything other than VHS.
That's what was out there.
But see now but they saying some of that wasn't even real.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the stuff on there.
Hey, that dude getting ate up by that alligator was real to me.
Well, I remember them cutting into eating the monkey brains, and then
that was
the one thing I heard that they said was fake was when the people cut up the dead body and eating it and started having an orgy afterwards. I think they said that was fake.
I'm okay with that being
right.
Yeah, so.
But I don't know, man.
But I'll just say if that type of thing was available for somebody that
was back in the 70s and 80s.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
We talking a long time ago.
Right.
With the technology now, those type of things are going to be out there because it is people that'll click on it. And I think we know that we talk about all the time on this show that people with these devices want to be the first to be able to put something out, whether it's right, wrong, indifferent. Even talking about the Kobe thing, I think we talked about it on the podcast after about
they
the guy
constantly designing
reported
apps
something wrong,
so that you can use this thing for damn near everything, or little add-ons like put a telephoto lens on here now.
Exactly.
You can use this as a translator, like in Star Trek. I think I actually got that on here somewhere.
Oh, yeah, Google Translator.
Did you say Star Trek?
Well, okay, that's where all this stuff comes from. It sounds like it's the universal translator.
Mm-hmm.
That the flip phone. They always call them the Captain Kirk phone. All this garbage comes from that kind of stuff.
I didn't watch Star Trek.
Shame on you.
All right.
Hey man, I remember being around that time, and I know I'm going to get some emails from our listeners and some pushback, but I wasn't a fan of it either.
Oh my God!
But it was on.
What's wrong with y'all?
Right. Don't hurt me out there in podcast land.
Yeah, I'm not a Trekkie.
I knew how to do the
Trekker, not
Dr.
Trekkie.
Spock, and I could make my fingers open up like that. But that might have been another show. I don't know.
Yeah.
But hey, man, great topics. Anyway, let's switch gears. What else is going on out there? How you guys feel about, and give me some insight on what you think about this guy that was running around, this serial killer this week, who ended up getting trapped in the backyard in Oak Park. And
well,
I'm talking about the guy that killed himself.
Killed himself.
He ain't dead.
They announced him dead officially. They took him off for life support. I want to say last night, but he was brain. They announced he was brain dead. So.
All I got to say on that, because again, I was talking to some other officers.
Okay.
That, everybody wants step and fetch. I'm gonna say this again. I like some of the things Chief Craig does, and there are a lot of things I don't like. And he always likes to be on the news, which I have an issue with. He's always talking this stuff about transparency. Okay, God damn it, you don't have to tell the public every fucking thing that goes on within the department. And then for him to be like, call out the federal government, motherfucker, you are the chief of police of a municipal police department. Yeah, one of the largest in the country, but nigga, you the goddamn municipal chief. They don't have to tell you shit on why they let this man out or what they doing with him. That was a federal case.
So for our listeners, break it down.
Okay, because what he was talking about, well, he was, I guess he had some other charges that the feds was like, well, we gonna let this stuff go to the side.
He's supposedly an informant,
because he's an informant. Like I said, whatever case they had was clearly more important than the stuff that they let slide. They didn't know he was gonna do all this other dumb shit while he got out. And I'm like, they don't have to check in with you. Like I said, there was a time when there was professional courtesy, but them days is over with. So I'm like, okay, and then I'm like, okay. Yeah, he did all that dumb stuff, and yes, he's wrong. Yeah, we had somebody, dime him out, and he took the easy way out. He blew his brains out. I'm like, okay, what more do you want now? The man is dead, because even if he hadn't died, I'm like, he was gonna be a goddamn vegetable, and y'all gonna sit him in a wheelchair, drooling on himself in prison for the rest of his life. And then there's the other stupid thing. Who paid for that motherfucker being in jail? We did.
Exactly.
I'm like, that was taxpayer money. We paid for that.
So what you think they should have did with him?
Let the mother, like I said, he could have just bled out in the fucking street right then and there.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
Man, please. Again, that goes into conspiracy.
As I'm saying, you shouldn't do that.
You shouldn't do that, but I'm like,
you shouldn't do that.
But like I said, the powers that be,
your duty is preservation of life.
And then
whether you agree with what the person did or not, and generally, if you the police officer, you don't agree with what he did. But you still are supposed to
they
try to save him.
They did what they supposed to, and I'm like, okay, he wound up dying 2-3 days later. I'm like, okay, what do you want at that point?
Nothing.
Okay,
they
nothing.
Did
They did. That's it. So we done. But I don't want to hear nobody bitching about. We spent was y'all gonna charge? I tell you what, send the bill to his goddamn family. That's what you gonna do.
Oh wow, I love it.
You know what? Send the because that goes on to that mess up at UM. This is kind of switching gears.
What happened to UM?
The doctor that's dead. Now all these allegations coming out about 100 plus. And I'm like one of the guys was like, I think he's like 75 now. Talking about, yeah. What the fuck do you want done? The man that molested you is dead.
Come on, man. Let's be honest. We know what they want.
It's a money grab. Exactly. And I'm like, okay, you know what? You and M need to be like, no, God damn it, we not going for this. The man that did this shit is dead. Anybody that was associated with the school, staff, students, whatever, old, dead. I'm like, what the fuck?
We in a different climate, man. They want the money, and people, the
and
school
like,
will probably pay.
And I'm like, and for that, I'm like, God damn, you could just do anything now. Because I'm like, there's got to be a statute of limitations on that. I said the suspect is dead.
I would think so.
I said shit is
for
but you know what? I'm
molestation?
like that, for that shit. Those are some goddamn college kids. So I'm like, y'all almost grown, motherfucker. You knew what the hell was going on. Whether you was sheltered or whatever when you went to, you knew if that man was touching your dick, whatever. That shit wasn't right. You should have said something. Especially,
you should know that.
Or then right. The one guy that I'm talking about,
your pants shouldn't be down in class,
right? But no, the one guy. He was
class.
The one guy was a wrestler. He was a wrestler. I'm like,
no,
he was a wrestling doctor.
No, he was the athletic doctor. I don't know, some shit. But I'm looking like, man, if you don't get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Tissue massages.
Because this is my thing. I'm like, okay, had this bothered you, you should have said something years ago. I'm like, here it is. You 70-something. So that means you went to school, graduated, got a degree, worked, had a family. You got kids, grandkids, great.
Well, maybe they was embarrassed, man.
Embarrassed? Then that shit need to die with you then. I'm like, here it is, 2020. Oh, I was molested. I said, man, don't get molested.
I watch a TV show that comes on one of the cable networks, and it's a show based off of low-class Chicago family and the trials and tribulations that they go through. And there was an episode on there where this was exactly what you said, Marlon, a money grab.
Mm-hmm. That's all this is.
The one guy actually found out that everybody else had had stories, and he was like, well, damn, he never did anything to me. But shit, if it's an opportunity to get some money, I'm going to go ahead and say he did. But in the back of his head, he kept on thinking, well, why didn't he do anything to me if he did something to all of y'all?
Exactly.
So we don't know what type of things go through people's mind.
You know, all this, and I
don't know.
But I feel like I usually don't agree with you, bro, but I love your opinion. But today I'm on the same block with you, riding in the same car
and
with you.
I hate to bring it up, the Harvey Weinstein thing, because everybody, giving Bill Cosby's...
Who
Bill
missed something? What y'all miss? I see people talking in the comment section. What did y'all miss? Talk to me.
Who? What? What did who miss?
No, I'm looking at the comment section. The people watching, and they say they missed something. I don't know what they missed.
What they missed?
They'll have to tell us.
Well, they'll tell us. But then this goes on to, like I said, the Harvey Weinstein. Because I guess now everybody giving flack because Bill Cosby came out and said some stuff talking about, and I'm like,
Why is Bill on so much in jail?
Hey, man, he
see,
Snapchat or something.
Okay, see, you know what? I'm gonna just say this. I don't know how much their cases are similar or different, other than I guess what Bill was drugging hoes and fucking them, or what Harvey Weinstein
He was
women
just, these two men of power using their positions, or except
you know
Bill
what?
was drugging them, and
but
Harvey was just using his.
But you know what? I'm gonna put it to you like this, because like I'll bring up the one actress, Rose McGowan. Okay, yeah, bitch, yeah, you had to give up some pussy or suck a dick. I'm like, how much fucking money you got right now? Now
so you saying she should be thankful?
She need to shut the fuck up. Yes.
Oh, wow. No, she shouldn't be thankful because
I
she
ain't gonna say thankful,
forced to do something.
But you know what? I'm like, all that money she got right now, she was on Charmed, all these other, bitch, you got money, you got more money than you know what the fuck to do with.
Oh, hold on a second. So, okay, what they missed was the story was about a college doctor.
Yeah.
The college doctor molesting
some men.
The wrestlers, guys on the wrestling
Well,
team.
yeah, I don't even know if it's just...
Oh.
It's a bunch of
just our opinions as
these just
show.
Well, it's just like that guy Nasser. I guess he was in that same position back in the 60s, 50s or 60s. But now here we got to wash. Oh, I'm like, my God, let's see, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90.
Yeah, most of the people that's coming forward
this is almost shit from 70 years ago.
In their 50s.
Okay, it's a time right now where people are empowered by the Me Too movement.
And that Me Too movement is a bunch of garbage.
Somebody else say it was me also, and then people coming out and talking.
Which in the
go ahead and get you some goddamn therapy, do some kumbaya, hug each other, and shut the fuck up. Because I'm like,
that ain't how it works.
Well, I know, and I'm like, nah.
That ain't how it's gonna work.
Nah, like I said, shit. Now I got to fucking, if my son decided to go to you, now I got to pay some ridiculous amount of money if school gonna eat because they paying out, they gonna pay out for this shit instead of fighting.
So you saying they gonna raise the tuition? Because
they got to pay out all this goddamn money. What the fuck you think? Somebody got to pay for it.
Okay.
It's gonna be me, you, and everybody else. Shit.
Okay. Well, tell him to keep his drawers up in class.
Well, I'm gonna get that boy a goddamn knife. I'm like, you stick that motherfucker in the dick.
Okay. So I don't hate the Me Too movement.
I do.
I think there's some goodness in it, but I also
you can't do nothing. You can't walk across the street. Oops. I'm hurt. I got to pay. Get the fuck out of here. It was
this always been what we call the lawyers as amalam chasers and the people who
that's done
so
got
happy.
That's done got worse. That's done got worse.
I think it's just the technology and the time. But again, I always want to be the voice of reasoning. I shouldn't say always, but today I will be.
You be the voice of reason today, Carl. Shit.
I'll be the voice of reason, and we don't want to take away from the people who truly have been sexually abused as well as
like I said, I work sex crime, so I get it.
Exactly.
There are some things that need to be addressed through law enforcement and counseling, but I'm like, some of this stuff, I'm like, come on, really?
But I most definitely can see your point, but we just want to make sure that
the lines get blurred
with
the movement.
Yeah, see, we need something. We could put some music on. Somebody need to be playing Robin Thicke's "Blurred Lines" right now.
Yeah,
shit.
I mean they do because there's people making accusations over almost anything.
So true. What else going on this week, guys?
Okay, look, I done did my rant. Come on now, come on.
What you mean?
No, ranting. You're just very opinionated, and that's why you're on the show. We love you to bring out
Well, I got to do some more research on some other stuff. I got some other stuff.
You're doing.
And I got our guest for us next week.
Okay,
so
good.
We'll be all right.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Well, before we go on to the next topic, if you guys are trying to get your thoughts together, we're a little bit more than halfway through the podcast today. Let's talk about, for anybody that may have joined us a little late, tell them how they can get in touch with us, Dan.
Absolutely. You can get in touch with us on our website at athenaprotections.com, or you can reach us on our 1-800 number at 800-951-4866, 1-800-951-4866 for any security needs you may have, or you can reach us on any social media platform at Athena Protection Service.
And if I didn't say it earlier, make sure you're hitting that like button as well as that share
Subscribe and share. Share it.
Subscribe. I mean, it don't hurt, man. Just hit that little bell. That's all you got to do. Check it out.
Yeah, God damn it, we some good people. We spitting good knowledge.
So I tell you guys, I know at the beginning I talked about traveling last week, but I had a chance to, like I said, I was on the East Coast. I was in Boston, to be exact. And
so how was that?
It was really interesting just to be in, we here in the Midwest, we do things a little differently, but, you hear about how on the East Coast, the personalities or just the vibe, and I can truly say that it was different.
Right.
I most definitely seen a huge amount of diversity, but again, we're talking about MIT, Harvard, some major universities. So a lot of people from all over the world were in the area. The economy is booming. If there is any type of recession, it's not in the Boston area. Money's being spent. Things are very expensive out there. But I had a chance to get some awesome seafood, and just want to shout out my younger sister, Rhonda. She's out there in Boston. Took the leap of faith and took her and her young daughter, Harper, and they moved out there. No other family out there. Luckily, my mom's retired, so she's been able to help out a little bit. But she moved out there by herself to Boston, and she's making it happen.
She's a good one, moving somewhere where you ain't got no help.
So, every now and then she needs a little bit of help, but just to take that leap. And I know I personally, when I was younger, I moved to another state. But anyway, just talk back about Boston. I won't spend a lot of time on it, but I got an opportunity to go to Fenway Park, which is the Green Monster, for those of you that are MLB baseball fans. Most definitely one of the oldest stadiums to still be in operation.
One that ain't been taken over by the commercialism.
Most definitely was an awesome experience. For anybody that in the movies, a couple of movies that I just think of that I got opportunity to visit sites while I was there. The Equalizer with Denzel. Both of those, 1 and 2, were they were done in Boston. And in the second one, that apartment complex where he had the young gentleman that played, and I got an opportunity to go to that apartment complex. Like I said, I went to Fenway. I also went to, and tell my age, I used to love Cheers. So I went and seen the bar that Cheers was supposed to be. So that was awesome. Some really nice things. And like I said, doing a tour of Fenway Park was great. And another movie that was associated with it was The Town with Ben Affleck and a couple other stars. But great movie, bank robbers. They actually robbed Fenway, and the hallway that they had a shootout in, I actually started the tour right there in that hallway.
All right.
And one last thing, and I'll get off my Boston trip. The movie with what's Angelina Jolie's husband, Brad Pitt. Moneyball.
Yeah.
There is a scene in there where he's in the press box of Fenway, and the actual seat that he was sitting in when they shot that scene, unknowingly, I was sitting in that same seat during the tour. A little bit of history there, made me feel special. But it was a great trip. Ate a lot of seafood, ate all seafood. And Dunkin' Donut, I'm pretty sure they had to have originated in Boston. Somebody can fact check that.
Well, see, now they not called Dunkin' Donuts no more.
What they called?
Just Dunkin'.
Dunkin', you're right.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Dunkin' is...
Somebody bought them out?
Dunkin' is heavy in Boston.
They just changed the name.
That must have been
Very heavy.
More of that
Very
bullshit,
heavy.
you know.
Also, another
some money
state that
to it.
has legalized marijuana. So
Okay.
most definitely it's a state I don't have a problem
All right.
visiting.
No problem. Also, let me jump back on being prepared.
Yeah,
And the
great
stock,
let's
the
do that.
stock
Let's talk
market,
about
the
that
stock
some more.
market is falling.
Right.
If you got some money, it's time to buy. So anybody that's out there and and you see the stocks falling and you see a deal, you should jump on that.
Well, with that, a lot of people are talking about buying gold and silver, and if you can afford it, platinum.
That's
'Cause,
conspiracy theorists again.
Okay, but the pay. Okay, well,
I
look.
get you. Go
Okay,
ahead and
that
talk
paper-
about
that-
that fiat currency.
Well, yeah, that paper dollar means absolutely
Like
nothing. I'm like, that paper dollar means absolutely nothing.
I know.
The IRS is not a federal, that's not
I
part
know
of,
that
so
too.
I'm like, okay, this is hard currency right here, gold, silver, platinum,
Uh-huh.
and all those. You can get stuff for that.
I know.
Okay, with that dollar run, I'm like, how much money do we actually owe China? I'm like, shit, if they was to ever decide to come and say, pay us all that fucking money, or we gonna come and invade your country, guess what?
So are
They
you
ain't
saying
coming to
our
invade our
government-
country.
So are you saying our government planted the coronavirus in China to distract them from the money we owe them?
There are theories saying, not saying that, but it is what is being said that it is a man-made created virus, or like I'll go with the see, since you went that way with the
That's
conspiracy
one
theories.
of them loans we gonna default on.
Well,
we ain't paying.
Or that goes,
Especially if they all die.
with this with that corona, it goes onto that one world government, new world order stuff that comes out, because actually, see, that goes back on what we was talking about earlier with that the enhanced license. I got to look it up and maybe I'll bring it up the next time. There's some stuff that the United Nations. This is part of something that the United Nations wants. Everybody
What?
has a uniform form of ID because the thing with that enhanced license is now, and if people don't realize, when you sign that stuff at the Secretary of State, okay, so they got your picture on that ID and they got the picture that they taken of you. I'm like, they got two pictures. I'm like, you consenting to just being facial recognized.
Just like anybody that been to the airport and you have a Clear account now, and you use biometrics, so you don't have to wait in line.
Right, but you know what? Like
The
me and
same
you was
thing.
like me and you was
So
saying.
break that down for our listeners, because
Which one?
the biometric clear.
So Clear is, if you ever been to everybody, most people been to the airport.
Not
Clear is a
necessarily, but-
company where you can go up to a machine. They'll do an iris scan, meaning they scan your eyes, and then they get your fingerprints.
Yep.
And then instead of you waiting in that long line
And that
so
line
going
was
through
long.
security,
It was long.
you can pay for Clear.
Because what was that, $65?
Yeah, for the year or something
Yep.
like that. Pay for Clear. They got your biometrics on file, so when you walk up and put your fingerprints in, the picture they took that day will pop up. It'll
Okay.
recognize your prints. Your picture will pop up, and then you just walk through security.
Wow.
You still put your bag on the table. They X-ray it, but you don't have to take your shoes off, your belt
No,
off.
I
and
just-
all
But
that
but
kind of
it's
stuff.
like it was like me and you were discussing at one point.
Yeah.
I'm like, for the sake of security, how much of your fucking freedom are you
Everything.
willing to give up? See, me, I'm not. I remember
Yes,
when
you
you
are.
was. No, I'm not.
They took yours first. They
You know,
knew you was gonna be
Well,
defiant.
I got a hat at home that says "I will not comply." As a matter of fact, next week, fuck it, I'm wearing it. Shit,
Wear
fuck
it
it,
then.
goddamn, But no, I'm like,
You've been wearing it on your chest the whole time I've been knowing you. You might as well put it on a hat.
Right. I don't even understand.
I can't never recall
See,
you
this-
holding your tongue.
but see, this is what everybody fails to realize. And I tell people this. I said, this fucking country was founded by goddamn terrorists. I'm like, everybody wants to talk. This country was founded by fucking terrorists because
Not really.
yes, really, because
Not really, because next week you got your sovereign citizen coming in.
we-
He gonna break it down.
He's going to tell you how the Moors that were here taught them government, and that's
And they
how they
ran
got
with it.
established.
well, mate, who
Because I'm not about to get into
no,
it.
but all I'm gonna say on stuff like that
it wasn't
is
terrorism.
no, but all I'm gonna say on stuff like that. See, there and I don't want to come off as racist, but I'm like, maybe there might be some truth to that because I'm like, that was black folks trying to tell white folks what to do, and of course, they don't want to hear that.
Where you think they learned the form of government from?
I-
Why do you think the Moors nation is the?
I
Why
know-
did I tell you earlier that he's going to come with the Treaty of Peace and Friendship from
Well, yeah,
Morocco?
I know. I
Hey,
know that
that's
'cause,
gonna be a deep
It's
conversation.
the same flag when they did the Declaration of Independence. There's an American flag and a Moroccan flag. There's
Right,
a
because-
reason those two
Right,
flags were
because
there
that
at
goes
that
on.
time.
That goes on also saying that the first president of the
I
United
don't know if
States
our
was black,
listeners
not
ready for
white.
that.
I don't know.
Well, see, I mean, no,
I don't
I'm
know
just
if they ready for that.
no. Most most of our listeners are not ready for a lot of this stuff, because this is what I tell a lot. Because actually, I had this conversation yesterday with another another officer. I said, you know what? I'll say this for everybody. We all still some slaves, regardless of what color you are. You just don't see the fucking bars now. I'm like, they let you do whatever, buy your shit on eBay and Amazon, whatever. Watch whatever the fuck you want on TV. Do whatever. But I'm like, there's still some fucking bars right there. You just don't see them until you decide to step out of that shit. But whoop, nah, you stepping out of your place. Let me show you where the fuck you at. It's just like that line in The Matrix where the bald-headed guy, where he was like, he wanted to get reinserted. He's like, ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance is bliss.
Exactly. I'm like, you don't want.
There's sometimes you don't know everything.
Right. You don't want to know, because a lot you don't want to know.
And you don't want to know. You don't want to know.
Well, this
everything.
is what someone said to me yesterday. Someone said this to me yesterday.
Everybody not ready for it.
You worrying about all this stuff that you can't control. I said, you know what? No, I see the world for what it is. I said, you can't enjoy it knowing shit is fucked up. And I said, this place is ran by some evil and corrupt fucking people. And I'm like, yeah, I want to, I said, as usual, when I was the union steward, I said, I'm going to do what I always do. Y'all motherfuckers don't want to stand up, so I'm going to stand up and say what I got to do, because this is my thing. If you going to stand for nothing, you will fall for anything.
Preach.
So I'm like, you got to wake the fuck up. I'm like, you got to get.
Don't want to be.
I know.
You can't force people to be conscious of everything that's going on around them. And some people just want to live their life. They want to eat what they want to eat. They want to have a drink and smoke or whatever it is, their vice that they love, and they want to go home and do nothing.
And then, like I said, when they continually pile on all that other bullshit, I'm like, then you looking stupid when it's gonna get to that point of where, like I said, in Germany, and where's your papers? You can't walk down the street unless you got a fucking you got some fucking papers to say you can and can't do that. And that's where we're going right now. It's coming. And then I'm like, what you dumb motherfuckers gonna do when that happens?
Years ago. And I always remembered this, and they said there's three kind of people out here. And at any point, you could be one of those people, and at any point, you could be one of the other two that you're not at that time. And the three people were, first, the one was, they don't know that it's a game at all, have absolutely no clue. The second one is the one that knows it's a game, and they refuse to play. I will not play this bullshit game. And the third one is the one that knows a game and they play it well, almost like a basketball, football, or whatever your favorite sport is, player. And they play it and they play it well. And from time to time, you have to ask yourself whether it's your work environment, it's your overall environment where you stay, or on your political views or whatever it is. But you fall into one of those categories. We all do. And you have to ask yourself, which one do you fall in and which one do you want to be in?
Right.
Because we're going to always have people that have no clue as to what's going on and just are blind.
They don't care.
Nope.
No, the one that don't care is the one that knows what's going on and refuse to play. They don't care for it. And then there's the ones who say, hey, it's all a game and I'm just going to play it because that's what it is.
Right.
Okay.
And I can honestly tell you, just out of the three of us, I kind of say that, we may or may not all be in the same category. And I know, looking back on my life, I've been in every one of those categories, depending on what the situation
we all
was.
were. And then, like, due to your life experiences, you change stuff.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to tell this to all our listeners. For all you lazy motherfuckers that don't want to read a book, or you want to do that Audible stuff with them, you need to read two books, 1984 by George Orwell and A Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. That tells you what the fuck is going on. Because I'll tell you like this, everything...
You want them to read The Unseen Hand, too?
Well, they can read that, too. Or even watch this...
Or Behold a Pale Horse, you're going to just...
Well, I read that. Well... Behold a Pale Horse, I don't know. My man that wrote... Well, the government killed him.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, or watch this movie called Southland Tales.
Okay, first of all, that was terrible that you said.
What, Southland?
that fucking, whatever that was you
Southland
sent me.
Tales?
Yeah.
It's a horrible movie, but some of the premise, but...
No, it was awful.
Okay, look, I got the DVD.
I got to go through all that just to get my man, first of all, the video he sent me, he went like 15 minutes before he got to the point. I'm like, come on. I
they
got,
gotta
you know, I
suck
got
your
shit
air.
to do.
Okay, well look, I got the movie.
That
at
was
home.
old school
you still
clickbait.
you still got a DVD player.
I do have a DVD
Okay,
player.
I got the movie. I'll dig it up and just
Oh,
watch the
man.
goddamn movie. But anyway, my whole point is this is the other thing I tell you. They,
Okay,
you
I'll
know,
think about watching. How long? And they say it's like 2 hours.
Oh,
or some
man.
it is. Okay, well, shit, I was watching that eating and drinking beer, so I'm like,
Okay.
But my whole point
I'll
is,
look at it.
my whole point is this. Okay, everything that happens, they don't hide it. They put it out there for you to see. And they put it out there like this in entertainment. I mean, they showing you what the fuck they gonna do. And I'm like, you just think, ooh, this is a good one. No, motherfucker, this is what they really gonna do at some point. You need to wake the fuck up and look. Because there's another movie, The Network.
Okay.
Oh, my God. If that ain't what the fuck is going on right now.
I ain't never seen it.
Okay, I got that at home, too. So I had
They got like a
Great,
conspiracy theorist movie list you got to watch.
Great things for you to spend
actually,
your Sunday
there
afternoon
actually is a list.
checking out.
Okay.
There actually is a list.
All
But
right.
I'm just, I blame Jason Bradford for, waking me up doing this dumb
He
shit.
absolutely did. I bet he did.
He's the one that put me on this trip.
I'm pretty sure that's who it was. And he know better than to even do that to you, but whatever.
And I'm sure you guys have gone on both of these topics
Yeah.
for the rest of the day.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I know
as we get
Jason,
ready to
he
close
shouldn't
up here
have did that
today, another great episode. But I just want to summarize, and I really want to hit home because, Dan, you brought up a point that I don't want to, I feel like we may have glossed over. We talked about it, but just preparing yourself for
Right.
whether it's a state of emergency with the coronavirus, which we started out talking about today, or it's just preparing yourself. My power went out last night
Oh, yeah.
for about, I want to say 35 minutes.
Well,
That's
that's
too
Warren
long.
for you.
Right. So you experienced it too?
Man, not yesterday, but
But anyway, I
Any
was
other time
driving
as well.
home and somebody must have hit a transformer because I seen the power.
Okay.
I seen it go out. I was out on the road.
Yeah.
But just that 40 minutes of everything going through my mind and happen to go and find candles, something that people take for granted. And, to have some light in the house. Luckily, my phones were both fully charged because I had been out.
get you some
but,
candles. Get
just
you a
talking,
shitload of flashlights.
Dan, as well as you, Marlon, thank you. So candles, flashlights, just briefly talking about what people need to have. We talked about the water. You
Yeah,
guys
gotta
said
get that.
candles, flashlights. What are some other
Medication.
things? that
Medication.
You talked about medication.
And I mean like pain medication, over the counter, cold
Just
medication.
whatever.
Just
Yep,
things that
or even get you.
you should be prepared for.
You ain't no doctors. You even get you some books and some supplies, some basic first aid because you might not be able to make it to the hospital. Because
Right.
you see how some of the lines are for them right now, and ain't nothing really
Okay.
going on. Think what happens if something happens. So I'm
Right.
like,
So
take
that's
care of
definitely
that.
a great point you guys bring up. Of nothing else, please, take heed to that if you're listening out there. And don't forget, we also talked about ammunition for your weapons.
Get your guns.
Right. I mean,
See-
people already got their guns, but I mean, and people got several guns, but if you ain't got the bullets in them,
Right. They
and
useless.
we come across a situation where there's tremendous amount of panic going on, and
You're going to need it.
But see,
people-
that's another thing we got to
when
talk
we
about
running
too.
out of supplies, then you want to be able to protect yourself. Because even when we talked about the blackout, those business owners stayed in their stores
Exactly.
with their weapons to make sure that people didn't come in and rob them and steal all their stuff.
Right. Foot Locker didn't give
So,
a damn. but
yeah,
some
no,
others
Foot Locker
did.
didn't.
No,
But
that's
hey,
okay.
we could talk about that all
Yeah.
day. As we wrap up here, just want to shout out Podcast Detroit for having us. Real quick, Dan, one last time, if you just recently joined or just joined us, tell the listeners how they can get in touch with
Get
us.
in touch with us on all social media platforms at Athena Protection Service, and in particular, hit that YouTube and subscribe to the channel, like and share the content. We try to get content out all the time to benefit anybody that's listening to us, and reach us on our website at athenaprotections.com or on our 1-800 number at 800-951-4866. And as always, we put this information in the comment section so you can get to it.
And whatever we don't know, we will find out for you and try to assist you as best we can.
Absolutely. Great point. So thanks again, guys. Thanks, Marlon, for being here. Thanks, Dan, for always giving Marlon the run for his money.
Right.
And we'll see you guys next week.
All right.
All right. Oh, yeah.